Hey y'all, so I know I haven't been posting any updated Minecraft stuff about my world, but but that is because I am too busy, way too busy. Well, one with school stuff, second of all with all these other games, and I am currently in the process of remaking the entire upper part of my castle. I will give you a little showcase of what it looks like, just to give you an idea of what's to come. But don't mind it, I will make it eventually, and it's gonna be a lot better when you thought it could be, honestly. Okay, so as we can see here, in comparison to the old one I just showed, let me make it all cinematic and pretty for you. The entrance has been fully remade. You have these other tall ass buildings that are going to be included and made from scratch, which it was just a more hilly in the past and crappier single houses. Right now, I want to represent it to be a really big ass town, which is what my end goal is, as you can see by all this tightness, which I'm probably going to tighten even more because this is technically supposed to be even tighter than my upper quarters, which I haven't shown either. Pardon me. But anyways, as you can see, this is a work in progress. This part is almost completely complete. Completely complete. You know, shut up. Some of them are pasted from certain places that I made down there, which honestly is fine by me. I honestly used up a lot of inspiration from other people. It was a lot of inspiration. As in, I almost ran out of stuff on YouTube to work with. So as we can see here, we see these foundations that I have built of what's to come. These tall houses. Some of them I left intact. Actually, I left only a few intact. As we can see, some of these taverns, big ones. This is almost done. The central right wing, I want to say. So it's gonna look something like this, except I'm gonna populate it just a little more. I want to make sure you don't see any of those white walls because they're just plain and boring and whatnot. Other than that, I've been remaking entirely my castle grounds, as you see here. So now we have these towers outlining basically the wall of the castle, and you have the peasants underneath. Now these towers go all the way around the courtyard, the main plaza, and the castle market, which I will show you to in just a sec, I guess. So you have these towers, you have the entranceway, and then you have another tower there. Going through here, these are actually towers you can enter and set up stuff, whatever. You have these marketplaces, this statue in the middle here. I have finally finished this right castle wing with like church looking stuff, which I don't know, it was a little tedious. It still is a little tedious because it just takes up so much of this river. I did not expect it to take up this much of a river. I might have to expand it, but I will have to do something about that village. It's a work in progress, as you can tell. You have all these individualized shops, which I'm still probably going to expand a little more, like these ones, the big ones. And then you have this place, which is like a little labyrinth, and I moved the statue of the angel here. Going down here, you have the servants and the residents of the castle that live here. I've expanded this area, made these houses a lot bigger, tighter, all like Bloodborne and Dark Souls style. You know what I mean, if you played those games. All stone to match the theme of Castle Volkdrak. And then you have another entranceway with the two towers here. So I sort of made it official with a little just picnic areas to symbolize Alice in Wonderland kind of vibe. So each corner of the castle is pretty much built up at this point. Let's take a look inside as to what the new expansion looks like. Oh yeah, let me show you here. Because this connects to the courtyard of the castle and like pretty little gardens, I should say. So you have the greenhouses. You can enter through here into the castle. And basically this just leads back into typical grounds area, I guess. Obviously, there's a wall here, making sure that you keep the peasants isolated from your castle. Now, let me show you the interior. And yeah, I have a personalized stable I built here, so because you need it. It's like a parking lot. It's a medieval parking lot. So this was a very long work in progress. So basically connecting this, like this part, I'm pointing on the screen. Connecting this part to this part was like a bit of a pain in the ass, but I still managed to do it. Sort of wanted a big Broadway here, but also balance it out with the architecture, making sure it's not feeble and unrealistic, to some extent still viable and realistic, and but still have an open sort of place where you can actually enter and enjoy it all. As you can see, it turned out pretty well. These rooms are pretty much empty upstairs. I have not necessarily thought of what to put in them. I sort of prepare these rooms even though they're empty, just in case for the new future updates, which cave one is gonna come out. Then we have the stairwell, which I've modified, and it just leads to basically up here where all the what do you call it? The technological laboratory, the research and development, and the techie one, the Frankenstein's lab, whatever you want to name it. Leave a name in the description. Honestly, nobody will. But anyways. So yeah, this is what I've basically been working with lately on my free time and trying to manage as much as possible. It's not necessarily taking long, it's just extremely tedious, and I am trying my best to sort of finalize it as fast as I can. But you know what, I can get a job done fast. It just depends on my inspiration at the moment. Like, if your computer is fast, it also depends on your Wi-Fi connection to fucking be creative, Then you have this clock tower. I actually have 3 clock towers, which I know sounds stupid, but to some extent you can add some lore to it. That each section has its own tower, I guess. You have this tiny little cemetery, all tight and shit. Again, Bloodborne style. And then you have this bottom area. So I'm gonna have to try and add a bunch of tiny more marketplaces. Let me show you in comparison of what my lower quarters looks like. I'm not gonna make a video about it now. I will do it next time. But to show you what I mean by tight, just kidding, is basically all this. This is extremely tight down here, more like a shopping district, which is the lower district, and it basically is like downtown. It is the most downtown if you can downtown a downtown. And you have this like aesthetic pattern going on here. As you can see, you have these smaller houses and you have these bigger houses. So you have a sort of a system going on here. Some of these houses, you can tell I've like got inspiration from different places, but remade them into my own little image as well to blend in. Now I've copied the statue in there, so maybe if I'm gonna publish my castle, so people can also have the statues and like the castle as well. So it's gonna look something like this. This is a outdoor theater. So yeah, and then I'm gonna I think I put a windmill there, didn't I? These walls are a little tedious. These are like one of the first designs I made. Remaking them is gonna be impossible as shit, and I don't want to, and I like them tall, so I also left this intact because I really like these shops. And yeah, that's pretty much what is going on right now. I'll keep it updated, keep you updated if I can, but knowing the update is coming up, I'm gonna have to purge all the surrounding regions and basically make sure to basically find a way where I can reset everything else in the world around me, but keep this section with my castle intact. I'm pretty sure you know what I mean, but you also know how tedious that's gonna be. So that's pretty much it. I will keep you again updated on anything new. Other than that, please